Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Bring the world down! What you want? Baby, you know that you ain't out your crease. Baby, what I got is not from the least. We ain't living slaves in the rage of the beast. Step in the arena and break the wall down. Step in the arena and break the wall down.
Welcome in to Let Me Tell You Something, Brother, the most electrifying hour of, well, what we got here at 216 Creator Studios, of course, in conjunction with our good friends over at Tom's Productions. This is live from Tom's Production Studio. Look down here in the right corner. There I am, everybody. We got a little new technology rocking and rolling in here, too, just because, well, you get the best on Let Me Tell You Something, Brother. Today, well, just the same old raw. Guys, welcome in.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is the most electrifying show online now and the #1 rated show on 216 The Net.
Nice.
I'm self-proclaiming that. So
We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
well, why don't we go have the award show for that?
We should.
Best show,
That's a
best
bi-yearly.
producer,
Of course,
Bi-yearly.
best host's jacket.
best jacket,
Oh,
best
yeah.
dressed,
Best dress.
jacket, yeah.
best
Woo.
dressed. Yeah,
That's it.
nice and shiny.
Looking good, guys. Looking
Yeah,
good.
we're getting there. We got the other camera now set up on Kent.
Let me put it back in there. We're
Oh,
good.
where'd you go?
No, we're good. Let me just.
He is blocking Hulk Hogan, so I mean,
Right. I can put it back in there. I
Yes,
think.
so we got a new mixer, playing with that, having fun with that, and now we're going to get more and more cameras in and better technology and switchers and be very watchable
there you
Yep.
go.
and try to get part of that now WWE affiliate program.
Hey, I think we got a good shot.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I think I got it now.
You think you got it?
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Maybe
So,
maybe I don't.
M4.
Let's see. M4.
That's all right. There you are.
Oh, no, that's us.
No, that's you.
You gotta go
Picture
to
in picture.
you gotta go to PIP menu.
I'm there. There we go. Here I am.
There
Yeah, I'm
we go.
back.
There.
All right.
Hey.
There we go.
We're getting there.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll get the splitter.
New
set up,
buttons
so,
over
yeah,
here.
get the
Old
computer
guy.
set up,
Old
and-
guy. New technology. It's good luck.
Yeah, that's what's weird with that splitter. It's like I don't know why it races and reverts back to the first one.
I don't know.
Maybe I should just switch the cameras and
Probably
make
got
our
it from
life
China.
easier.
Probably China.
I mean, it was China.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see the directions for that.
At least you got instructions. A lot of times we don't get that.
Oh, that's funny.
I had to watch a 26-minute YouTube video last night on it. All right. So, anyways, we had the very popular. Have they made the top 10 this week for Raw on Netflix? They made
No.
it last week in the top 10.
I don't understand how Netflix's algorithm actually works because
Right.
like they don't even really advertise their live stuff when it's live.
Right.
Like it's not on your home screen, so it's like I don't understand like how it works. Because I know people that have watched it for the first time, you know, or because it was on Netflix, they watched it last week or the first week, and then last week they're like, "How do I find it?" I'm like, "Just search WWE,"
Right.
and that's all I could say. Like I didn't know.
And like
Yeah.
the more wrestling stuff you watch on there, like you saw on my
Yeah.
Netflix account, it pops up right away.
Yeah.
So it's like they got me dialed down. Plus my profile picture is Bianca.
Oh yeah, clearly.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So Sarah goes on and tunes in. She's like, "Oh, it's Daddy's girlfriend."
Hey, Ford, don't worry about this. We'll take care of it out back.
He's probably got it. Never mind. Face taped. Never mind.
Wow.
Now remember, Kent, we could see
This
you
is a
now.
family
I know.
program. This is a family program. Ken.
Since when?
Now.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm on somebody's phone, they're squinting at that last
Yes.
one.
Probably.
Who's that
What is
from?
that?
What the hell
Who's
is
that
that?
little purple ball guy?
What is that down there? What is that down there?
But yeah, so like I don't. So I watched Raw. I think 40 minutes late. I was at a baseball meeting prior. Just turned it on. Started from the beginning. No commercials.
Yes.
Did any of you watch it live?
No.
No.
So and then the replay, I didn't see any commercials.
No. So I watched it. Oh wow. We had a game that day. So I want to say
Oh yeah, you're at Genoa.
Genoa. So I got back from Genoa. So I probably watched it. Probably started at about 9:00, and it definitely went right through. No commercials. If there was a commercial or like an ad, you would say it was WWE based. It
Yeah.
wasn't,
Yeah.
like
Nissan or
yeah,
something.
it wasn't like the first week that we watched it live. Now, very curious because I did confirm with Netflix that we are paying for the highest package in my home.
Okay.
So I would love to compare notes this week with you and just to see, like, are you going to watch it live, or do you want, if we both watch it live,
Yeah.
do I have the same commercials you see?
Okay.
Because that's the other thing I want to know is, like, because it's on Netflix, is everyone seeing the same commercial?
So you have a pricey package?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
I have a
enough.
very
I would say since we are in the same location, you and I will probably have the same commercials.
okay. But see, that's
Well, you won't have commercial.
or
you
do I
should.
not have commercials? Yeah, I mean, 'cause
You
I
should
have-
have like their behind the scenes.
Yeah,
or
because like
whatever.
I looked, there is no, like, Hulu has live sports.
Right.
Like they don't have that package yet. Now, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if 2026, just November of 2025, that's always when they do that kind of like price hike and new changes. I wouldn't be shocked if they would change that. But as of right now, it is the premium package we're paying for. So, but what I would be interesting to see is, because of the algorithm and what my kids watch on Netflix, do the ads change?
Oh, so do you get a lot of cartoons?
Yeah,
or-
that'd be very interesting because, like, again, that's
Mm.
very easy technology to do, and especially for some big juggernaut like Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a shortcoming.
Do you think it's going to be like Facebook,
That's
where
what I'm
like
getting
those
at, yeah.
ads pop up?
Yeah.
Specific.
You
for
know,
your
like, I'll be
profile.
very interested on that. But as you're saying, I mean, I shouldn't have views
Yeah,
anyway.
Bluey or whatever. on
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah. So the other thing that noticed on Raw was Fortnite was removed from the middle of the ring.
I did see that.
The same
Yeah.
sponsors that were in the corners and the sides last week are still there,
Yeah.
but Fortnite was gone.
So yeah, so it was really Temu
Temu WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Well, now, so I did some digging on that. So the story is right now, the only reason Fortnite was even there was because of their deal with Travis Scott.
Oh,
And because Travis Scott was involved, he brought the Fortnite in, because there's actually, on some of the Travis Scott tour and concert
Yeah.
stuff, Fortnite is a sponsor. It's because he has some agreement with them. So
Okay.
I don't know if it was because he was going to be there, but that was still a pretty big
Mhm.
real estate for that.
It's huge.
And
They paid for it.
And the other thing I noticed too is like I want to say it was over like 2 hours 45 minutes, something like that. It was like a quarter to 10. I'm like, and they already did like, oh, we're done. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's the one thing though that I think I'm actually not gonna like about it on Netflix is the inconsistency of the runtime.
Right.
I get it; it's nice that they have that flexibility, but I don't like it because, again, family people have structure. You know,
Right.
like if I'm gonna start this at 9:00, I don't want to be like, okay, 9, 10, 11, I'm done by 11:30. I'm an old guy. I want to go to bed. I got work in the morning. But like if it runs to midnight, it's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna have to run this till tomorrow.
Mhm.
And that's just where I would have the problem with the unlimited runtime that they have.
And the other issue I have on Netflix compared to like Hulu, Peacock, it's when you fast forward, you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pay attention how much time you're fast forwarding. It's like
Mhm.
when they had the commercials on the debut Raw, it was easy. It was like 3 minutes. So, but now it's like I have no idea what's going on. Like if there's a match I want to skip, it's just
and
guess mode.
I would be very curious to see how even the live experience is, this year with Netflix, because again, when you go to a live event and they go to a TV commercial, they kind of know they say something, things in the ring change,
Yeah.
or there's a dark match or whatever. Are they still doing that with Netflix?
And when we come back, everybody cheer like
Yeah,
Well, WCW was horrible with that with Nitro.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in the ring for those
For the
3
commercials?
minutes.
yeah.
And it was like last 10 seconds. Okay, everyone, kind of said like, let's cheer or let's boo. And
Yeah.
it was like the wrestler would say a quick jab at the city if he was a heel.
Yeah.
To get those instant boos right away. Yeah, so the other big stuff was the worst kept secret debut of Penta.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying earlier, I think was it yesterday or whatever, that like, he's probably going to be the next hair of Rey Mysterio, the replacement for the Luchadors and that demographic.
Yeah.
He's very marketable. He's got
right.
a cool looking design.
Yeah, looks good.
The issues like what they had with Dragon Lee and Sin Cara is they all like had the same kind of mask.
Yeah.
And almost too similar of a style.
Mhm.
Well, Penta, he's kind of the bigger Lucha Libre, does the Mexican Destroyer, not the Canadian Destroyer.
Mm.
He did look nervous. There were some botches in his match with Chad Gable. Well, overall, it was a decent match for what it was.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, it
again,
wasn't bad.
he's in his home. His daughter was there. So you're gonna have those nerves. You're at the big time, as he said it.
People are sitting on the camera side.
Yeah. But I just, for him being a professional, I feel like I was just very shocked that the nerves got to him the way they did, because there was a couple of those, like I said, botched points, but they recovered and they were able to really, do it nicely. I don't really like Chad Gable's angle and gimmick right now.
He signed that big contract to stay to job out to whoever.
Yeah.
And he is the Temu Kurt Angle.
Oh, he's definitely a Temu Kurt Angle, and that's for some reason why, like, I don't understand why a lot of the gimmicks are so rinse and repeat. Like, why do you need to have?
Because Triple H has no imagination. There goes our sponsorship
There goes that affiliation, man. Almost had it, but it is.
And he turned off our view.
It's one of those things where you always have a luchador in the roster. You always have the dominantly black stable. You normally have, the Olympic wrestler. Even after Kurt Angle, they had, he's now running security for him, but he was Kurt Angle's kid.
Jordan.
Yeah. They tried to play
Jordan.
that gimmick, and then they also tried to do it with like Shelton Benjamin. But that was something like even with Brock, like they never really pushed. They said that he was a UFC collegiate wrestler, all that, but they never like had him in the tights like they did in FCW. Like FCW, came out, him and Sheldon were in the uni and everything like that. So
they really, the Steiner brothers, when they really embraced that.
Mm-hmm.
The singlet.
Yeah, singlet. So
then we had our first ever women's Intercontinental champion. Crown.
Yay.
That was a
You know
snooze
how I feel
fest.
about those titles.
Yeah,
That should have been Natty. I don't know why they didn't give it to Natty. She would have been the rightful first inaugural Intercontinental champion with her family heritage in line. But
who's in her family?
Oh, you're trying to get me to say it right.
Over under?
Hey man, yeah, we're at 1346 and he hasn't even been mentioned yet. So
he's displayed on the.
It's a slow episode.
Sunday.
It's also, but
brain's not working in this cold weather.
That's right.
It's way too freaking cold.
It is. It's nuts.
Right now, I got my office door closed with the heater on in there. It's like as soon as we're done, I'm going in there, closing the door.
Hey, you do what you
Warm
do in there. I don't. Whatever. Whatever happens in the office, Tom stays in the office. I think.
Cue the Tony Atlas soundbite.
That's right.
That closet is metal walled and
It is metal walled. I found out
Really?
the hard way.
Whoa, weird.
No pun intended.
Couldn't drill a hole in there.
All right. Wow.
And what else happened on Raw? Anything else that was like, to me, it was just like, it was weird with that short run time. You had some wrestlers complain about Penta taking too long with the mic afterwards, but it's like, you got unlimited time. So I don't know what they're complaining about.
Yeah, no, I think Penta just was fine. New coming in. We hyped him up.
Anything more for you for Raw, or you want to go to SmackDown?
No, I can't really think of anything that. I mean, you had the moment in the ring with Pepsi Boy, Seth freaking Rollins, and Drew. That was on Raw, wasn't it?
That was, yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I mean, so okay, you're hinting at something there.
They'll probably all eliminate each other at the Rumble.
Yeah. Again, I mean, Seth came out with something that was actually his wardrobe was masculine, which was nice to see. Actually,
Not Liberace.
not Liberace. No.
Oh, he gone.
He gone.
Yeah, just get that nice Tom's hat in the picture now.
Picture now.
There you
Brought
go.
to you by Tom's Production.
That's right.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything else.
All right. I mean, that's just. I mean, it's the same old Raw.
Yeah, nothing
They
spectacular
went back
with two.
to it's just shorter and went back to what they were before.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing that wants to bring you back for next week.
right. Yeah, there was no hook, real
And
big
Cena
hook.
wasn't there. And he's supposed to be full time there, and
Yeah.
he wasn't there. Like,
Yeah, and that kind of shocked me too because like we talked about it yesterday. You know, you had Bailey of all people. I get it. It was in her hometown or in the hometown area. She was on Raw. She came out, did her little thing with Rhea. Cool.
she's being stale.
Yeah. But then she was on NXT
Mm.
and then of course SmackDown. But again, John Cena is the one that's supposed to be the retirement tour.
Right.
He's the one that's supposed to be full time. Like, where was he at?
Right. It's like I don't get it.
He
Not
was
even a
there,
backsstage seat.
sitting right next to
Or
you.
a video.
Oh, he's right
Hey,
there.
John, can't see him,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you know.
he was there. Just couldn't see him. He got in. He got into several matches.
Yeah.
Just you couldn't see him.
He was. That's the reason that Penta had the botches. You know, he kind of
That's
bumped into John.
That's right.
All right. Let's move on to SmackDown. Friday night SmackDown. 3 hours. Again, not used to the 3 hour SmackDown. I like the 2 hour. Feels way better.
Yeah, it was. It definitely felt long and drawn out. I don't know. I kind of like the. I feel like the shorter format got to the matches quicker. It got to the action quicker, and it kind of kept you engaged. When you have those longer gaps, you are going stale.
That makes the wrestlers step up
Yes,
because that TV time's more crucial.
One thing that I did think was very interesting, and I've been calling for it for a while, is they made Bianca put her hair up.
Because she whipped Naomi last week inadvertently.
Yeah, but I mean,
Used as a weapon, and
That 17-foot tail.
yeah, I mean, but again, it came undone in the match.
Yep.
It was used against her multiple times. It's like you're definitely angling it towards to where it's going to become a storyline of some sort of her to cut it. Because again, they always rinse and repeat.
Right.
There's got to be some female wardrobe change match or haircut.
there has to be a
match.
reason why.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I could see that when Jade comes back, and you know, it's that kind of turn of Bianca from the EST to, you know, the heel version or
To set up their WrestleMania match.
correct.
And then we had Bailey put over Tiffany
Mhm.
as the main event of
Yep.
SmackDown.
Was it right after or right before the match that they did the vignette for Charlotte?
It was before.
I thought that was
Yeah.
perfect timing.
I mean, yeah, so they're pretty much spoiling it. Charlotte's
Yeah.
coming back for a Royal Rumble. More likely he's going to win it and then choose to face Tiffany at
Right.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, it's
How predictable can they be?
very. I mean,
Vince isn't there anymore. It's
Doesn't
like
matter.
even more predictable.
it doesn't even. Well, and that's where again he doesn't have.
That's
his,
why we are the reigning defending tag team 216 net champions.
Yeah.
So if you would like to challenge us for Royal Rumble, feel free.
Feel free.
email your picks.
Email your
and-
picks and,
Yeah, get them in by midnight
Yeah.
Friday.
and we'll lay the smacketh down on your candy asses.
There you
Ooh,
go.
thought it was a family
There you
show.
go.
There's our one curse word for the night.
I'm talking about donkeys.
Oh,
Candy donkeys.
Candy donkeys.
It's almost just Sweethearts Day, so candy donkeys.
or Swedish fish.
Hey, they're not allowed to put
whoop,
that down.
whoa. That's just the area of the world that they came from.
Yes,
That's it.
The Swedish area.
The
So.
Swedish area.
You want some Swedish chin music?
No.
That's
And then we had Solo return come out.
Was
got
it
booed. He got booed out
And
of the.
booed, threw his jacket over his shoulder, walked out through the crowd. Then Jacob Fatu made a little spiel.
I think Solo makes a pretty good bad guy. He makes a good heel.
I mean, the reports, like I said, was that it was changed moments before it happened. So kind of what was and what if he wasn't got changed, what would he have said?
So what I've read is the Wyatt Six. Why? Whiskey kicking in already?
I was trying to hit your chin. But
Wow, bad aim. Poor Megan. All right. Yeah. So now I lost my train of thought.
You did.
Jackass.
That's wonderful.
What did I say? Oh yeah. So the Wyatt Six,
Wyatt
they're
Six.
saying, is in the transfer portal to SmackDown from Raw, and that their next
NIL deal.
no,
Is that the next thing? Okay.
and then they are going to target Solo
Mm,
as their next victim,
victim.
in which then we'll probably see Jacob Fatu and Tonga turn on Solo, and then
Okay.
he's going to go back to Roman.
You think he'll go back? I don't know. I think he's got a good heel.
I think
heel
they're
piece
ready
right
for
now.
Jacob to take reigns.
Well, you also still have Zilla Fatu, who's already been in the conversations to be joining the roster here soon. But it was a weird segment. I ate
No,
it.
you ate it. Damn
You
it.
want one? Here. I always bring something to
Oh.
share.
Oh, no, sure.
It
Sharing is
was
caring.
very interesting, like the segment, because after Solo walked through the crowd with the oh, we got a laugh and a heart on that.
Oh, nice.
That
There you
is
go.
a tag team right there.
That's how good tag teams are.
Sexy beast.
Well,
The one that does all the work.
Styling and profiling.
that's it. Rolex wearing, limousine riding,
No Casio wearing.
Casio.
Casio
Are you
wearing.
wearing a watch?
Minivan driving.
That's right.
Again, the Timu Ric Flair.
That
No, it'd be whoops.
it's ow, ow.
Oh, yeah, we'll get
Um,
sued. Sorry.
But you have him leave, and then you have Braun Strowman. But before that, you have LA Knight come out.
You want to snap into my Slim Jim?
I don't know. That's a snack pack size.
Oh, that's mega size. That's savage size.
Ooh.
Savage.
Oh, we have an Odell in the roster, so I don't know if we should.
Uh-oh. Hi, Mom.
Well, hello.
You tuned in right at the right time.
But yeah, it was definitely interesting because you had Braun Strowman come out.
Oh,
Like, are you
my
really
fish.
gonna push Jacob versus Braun? I mean, again,
They are for Saturday Night Main Event. We'll get into.
okay. A couple things that I thought was lackluster right now is what are they doing with the New Day? Because I heard there was a rumor that they were in the transfer portal.
Well, they have the extended time from their contracts.
Okay.
I think they're seeing how this heel push goes,
Mhm.
in which now it's starting to fizzle out.
Yeah.
So now they'll have justifiable reasons not to renew.
Because the latest report that I just read was that they are going to be in action on Raw. I know we're on SmackDown right now, but I just read it that they were going to be in action next week for the first time as a heel tag team. Now, I've always looked at the New Day as a semi-heel.
Well, they start out that way.
Yeah. Even though they had the positivity, but I always felt like they were the modern day Dudley Boys.
They never got the tables.
No, but they always had the trombone. They always played the numbers back when the Dudleys had Crash and You know, they were notorious for that. Out of the original, I don't want to say the original three, but those three tag team groups, you know, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and Hardys.
Oh, Demolition started that.
True.
All right, what's it? The Freebirds.
Yeah, but I just mean like they were always like, you always had your, again, rinse and repeat. Tag team of 3, tag team of 2, tag team of 2, and they all would go at it because you had that with the New Day and the Usos. They were always the kind of tag team combatants of each other. But I never saw them as a face until maybe when they actually stopped wrestling and they were the hosts of like WrestleMania and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Well, and it's like what you say with the rinse and repeat. I mean, right now, what I don't understand is like the record numbers are getting in attendance and what people are paying for tickets. And my guess right now is a lot of these people did not watch before.
Yeah.
So now that's why they're doing the rinse and repeat storyline. It's like, okay, this worked back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Or they watched in the 80s and, you know, had kids in the 2000s and they skipped that whole attitude era.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Yeah. And anything else from SmackDown? It's kind of meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there hasn't really been a standout moment for me.
So, like, the other thing that like happened this week is WWE announced the partnership with NXT and TNA Wrestling, multi-year deal. So more than likely we'll get into it later, but it would be like some of them will be competing at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I think Jordana Grace said that they're going to have like an X Division match at WrestleMania.
Kickoff show.
You got plenty.
Day
of
one
nights.
kickoff show.
You got plenty of nights for it. And it's like, I don't know. If I was TNA, I'd be very careful. Whenever WWE has done these kind of partnerships, like they did with ECW, what happened?
They bought them.
They bought them. What happened at AWA? They bought them. Like they take your wrestlers, showcase them, and they get a taste of WWE, and that's where they want to go. And then it pretty much kills their product. They should have re-upped with AEW.
Oh, and that's the one thing. To me, and again, it's an argument that I've heard between a lot of wrestling fans that I don't think we've ever really talked about. But the one thing about TNA when it first started that always made it interesting to me was the 6-sided.
Right.
It made that show visibly different, and also having the whole
different style.
But you also had a
and
different
AJ Styles
ramp. Like it sounds really stupid, but like even like how the whole stadium was set up, where you had like an entrance ramp and an exit ramp, but then you had a 6-sided ring in the middle. So like you kind of had the octagon-esque look. So it was different. Now they're just another
octagon's 8 sides.
esque, meaning close to, not exact.
I'm fact checking because I know Facebook won't.
I'll give you a fact check.
They gave that up for the new year. That was a resolution.
Ken gave up the picture-in-picture.
Yeah. Ken doesn't like.
No, you guys are the stars. You guys are the stars. You don't need to see me.
It's your show. Alrighty, so let's move on to AEW. So, I mean, we kind of touched base a little bit on last show with our little bit of time we had left, but they announced like they're going to go to smaller venues now.
That's all the time they pay for it. They want more time, pay more money.
Anyone could pay though. We'll talk a whole about you. GCW.
That's right.
POWW.
That's right.
Mario Brothers.
No, we were talking a little bit about AEW in the green room, and I'm kind of digging it better than WWE right now.
I think the whole Netflix thing is going to backfire on WWE, and now AEW with
TBS.
They had more wrestling on their show.
They do.
Than Raw and SmackDown have. Yep. What they have done different, like I just said, like they're going to smaller venues, so it seems like it's fuller.
Yep.
I think.
I'm glad you bring that up really quick. So on SmackDown, there was a couple angles that showed the hot camera side empty.
Wow.
And it was like very prominently, like first 3 rows empty. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Like that's not something you normally see on a WWE show, because they want to make that stadium look packed.
Yeah.
So
Is that when they were doing the drone?
No, it wasn't even for the drone. It was an angle coming around the ring going towards the announcers with the wrestlers, and they just showed the first 3 rows dead center, which are normally your most expensive seats for a live show, because that's where, again, all the wrestlers are going to look at you, talk to you per se. So I think it's a very smart move for AEW to go to a smaller venue, because it's going to make the show feel
Intimate.
fuller. Yes.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
It's cold out.
It is cold outside. I mean, we could at least put a fireplace up here.
Oh, I probably could have, yeah. But yeah, and the other thing I like too, what they started doing is they have the announce booth in the middle of the camera in the center. They're no longer off to the side. So you can kind of see the announcers while the match is going on, in case there's anything going on with that part. And like their collision last night, like I was watching it a little bit last night and then finished it up today. It was a lot better than what it's been like 3 or 4 months ago.
Well, I think they kind of look at it now that they have to step up. You know, it's not like kind of the standard weekly format. I mean, they have something to actually compete against with the Netflix, and I think you're seeing the roster do that. And that was the one thing with the Monday Night Wars that WWF at the time was able to do, is they were getting their butts kicked prior to that, and something clicked at those times. Now, I don't think AEW will ever dethrone WWE because they got the backing of Saudi, but it's very interesting with the reports coming out with the whole Vince McMahon thing. If he does make a new thing, or has this been pre-told to us with Shane McMahon being involved with AEW? Like,
how much is Bischoff involved with AEW?
Not a lot.
Bischoff is not. He's with WWE, I believe.
Is he?
Like some kind of legend.
Because it's really giving me kind of the WCW vibe.
Yeah,
it's
right
getting
now.
there.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. You know, like I said, it's a lot better than it was 6 months ago. But it just,
and part of that's due like their talent's healing.
Yeah.
Like you have Adam Cole back. You had Kenny Omega finally wrestle again this past Wednesday. I mean, yeah, a little rusty, but still better than most WWE talent wrestling wise.
Yeah. What is he? He's a senior VP now or something?
He's one of those.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Executive or whatever.
Yeah.
And for those that didn't know, it's Vince McMahon's non-compete clause expired last week or something like that, sometime in January.
Yeah.
So the talk is he's making a media and entertainment company. And
hub.
A hub.
He used the word hub.
So what I see happening with that, I didn't read much out of it, but I think he will probably base it out of Saudi.
Okay.
And get that financial backing. He doesn't have to worry about being in the States at all. And I mean, he's probably got so much dirt on a bunch of those legends.
Oh yeah.
That all of a sudden he'll get a few of them and they'll pop up, and because Vince and them are there, like they can compete.
It's gonna be the live freaking like
golf league.
The live golf league pretty much.
And it's going to be like the early 2000s storyline when he brought back the NWO to destroy WWE, and I think he's going to want to destroy them.
Yeah. Which I always thought it was very interesting, like how the pendulum of the history, because like if you watch the show Young Rock or you've watched wrestling for so long, you know, Rocky Johnson and a couple other wrestlers breached contract and did some matches for a promoter in Saudi.
Right.
And Vince was pissed.
Got paid very well. And Vince was so pissed about it. And like, you don't work for them. You don't work for a non-American company, whatever. And now you're in bed with them. I mean, like, and you've been in bed with them for years. Lots of threesomes.
Lots of.
3-way tag team.
Yeah.
Match.
Trio matches.
Texas Tornado matches.
Yeah. Some strap matches in there, if you know what I mean.
Some chain link. Leech match. I mean,
kiss my ass match.
But one thing that with AEW I liked was you had the brutality in their matches, but it was in the matches. It wasn't brought to you by outside, backstage things, which I
Right,
like.
getting thrown through a car
Yeah.
window or something. Yeah.
One thing that very interesting, a Netflix table still undefeated. By the way, I've been keeping track.
Oh, same with SmackDown.
Same with SmackDown.
Yeah.
The
Different-
reinforced
it's a different-
table.
It's a different table though. The SmackDown table is different than the Netflix one.
But it's
Yeah, the
still
Netflix
is
one's like a
reinforced.
tank.
It is. But on Raw, they did break 2 standard tables back to back right in front. So it's like, okay, you wanted a table smash last week. We'll give you this one. And then we'll do another one this time. But we're not breaking the Netflix table.
Yeah.
Who's the first one to break it?
That'll probably be. I mean, if they're going to do it soon, it could be at Saturday Night Main Event with Braun and
I'm
Jacob.
saying on Netflix. I'm not talking about the reinforced table. I'm saying who
No,
breaks
I'll
the
break it.
Netflix table?
It's going to be their big guys, Braun and Bronson Reed or something, or Jacob and one of them. Like
I'm gonna say Breaker puts Braun.
Still waiting for the Big Show to come back. He's got a Netflix special, doesn't he? Got a little sitcom on Netflix.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's re-up, syndicated.
It's syndicated.
Well, yeah, and then like trying to think what else there was with the AEW. Oh, you had MJF and Jeff Jarrett go at it. Just total shoot.
Why? Is he
Some
still
people
wrestling?
are saying that it's like where they're kind of showing up WWE with Pepsi Boy, Drew, and Seth, like how to do it better. And we're going to see right now again a lot of copy gimmicks from each other. Because right now their version is Jeff Jarrett's almost farewell tour. Is he going to win the championship before he
He's
retires?
about 100 years old too now, isn't he? Jeez.
Still in good shape, but
So what was the whole? Because he was involved with ownership, I thought, of TNA.
he started TNA with his dad. And then Dixie Carter bought them out when they were getting that financial trouble. Then he just became a performer. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much when Hulk Hogan and Bischoff came in, that was the cancer.
Yeah.
They had a good maybe 2-year run from there, and then they lost their deal with Spike. And then they're like, I think only on Pop, which like no one gets that channel.
I don't even know what channel that was.
I mean, you have to pay for like the top tier cable package to get that channel.
Never heard of it.
And that's now like where WWE felt threatened by AEW being number 2. They're like, okay, we're going to help TNA and try to steal some of their talent, but then also hurt AEW by having TNA come back to try to be the number 2.
Yeah. Well, the one thing like that got me to watch TNA back in the day, besides the 6-sided ring, was the staff, the roster,
Right?
Because you saw the roster from the Attitude Era, both shows were on that
Right.
promotion. You saw your Road Dogg, you saw your, at the time, K-Quick,
Truth and Consequences.
yes, you saw your Jeff Jarrett, you saw your, Hardy Boys, you saw all those. And that was, for me as a fan, it was great to watch because it was like the Monday Night Wars in one show. But then, my childhood finally died, and, now they're all like in creative and or like in wheelchairs now.
Yeah.
Except the Hardy Boys.
It was like their best last run was when they had the Main Event Mafia.
Yeah.
And then when they kind of broke apart and their deals got up and some of them went back to WWE, that was almost the nail in a coffin.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that almost killed the product. We're like,
Always does.
they're almost up for sale, and then they were talking about like, well, the WWE just wanted to buy their library.
Yeah.
They didn't want to buy the company, just the library.
And that was when also WWE had the network and
Well, they had AJ, Samoa Joe. So, you ready? Ready, Kent?
Let's see how that does.
Let's see how this does.
Let's go.
You gotta press the button.
Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control, and you can take it, all about you.
I just like this song.
great song.
I'll do a fade out for you.
There
Make it easy for
I
you.
don't know. Hard stop. Hard stop.
Art stop.
All right, so here it is. Time to play the game. Best of, worst of. And I don't think we did this. If we did, it was last year. And I don't
2 years ago.
and I don't remember doing it. But the best of, worst of iconic Raw moments. There's a few.
Yeah, there's a few.
There's one I absolutely positively love that won't rank, may not rank up there as high as a lot. And that is, I'm not a big fan of the guy, but Raw is Jericho.
His debut.
Right?
Oh, it was a classic debut.
It was.
Man, they even showed it on their package.
It was. I mean, it was for me, and I'm not a huge. I like Chris. I do follow you on social media.
Great band, Fozzy, by the way.
Yes.
Great band, Fozzy. But that one just sticks way out for me.
Well,
It's like
think
best
about
of.
that one that always made it so iconic for me. Also, is like who he went after. Like it wasn't he went after like a mid card guy because
Right.
again he was a mid card guy on WCW.
Yeah.
They would not let him go above.
No, but you came out and you went after The Rock.
That's right.
I went toe to toe on the mic with him.
Yeah, I mean, like, and you went after who at the time was, I would say, arguably one of the best mic performers that they had.
That they had.
You went right at him.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't like
That's what I
day
mean.
one you made your debut in some vignette, and then day two you went after him. No, you went like it was live.
Yep.
Right.
Which
In
wasn't,
Chicago.
again, it wasn't live.
Right in Chicago.
And my dad was all upset because like I was over by his house at spring break. He's like, damn it, we should have went.
Yeah. Right. And it
Because
was.
they had the countdown building up to it too.
Mhm.
The Y2K.
I mean, and that would you get that maybe on a pay per view now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Or end of the pay per view.
yeah, or the end, or you would have thought maybe Netflix it would have had something of that nature for the punch, instead of hey, thank you Netflix.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, if you want to just label it with Raw, like I always loved the whole Ministry of Darkness, like gimmicks, but like the one that always sticks out to me is like Gangrel's Brood. Like just that whole like entrance that they did, that the music was just always like it just sent chills up your spine. But like them just rising up and like the fire square, and it's just like it was just different. It was not just your standard pyrotechnics. It was
right.
They had
really
the blood
very
drop on the
limited.
guy.
Yeah, it was very limited
Yeah.
pyrotechnics actually compared to what they have now. But yeah, then you had the blood spill on people.
Then you had WCW's version where
Yeah.
they completely missed
Missed.
Kevin Nash.
And then I was like, oh no.
He looks
Um,
up and goes, oh.
But yeah, that was always like one entrance that always got to me. But there's a few other ones out there. But yeah, I would say also the wedding, the Test Stephanie McMahon wedding, because that was on Raw, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
That might be one of the worst.
I don't know. I would go ahead, say your best.
Well, I mean, for me, it was the iconic shift between their battle with WCW when Bischoff did the whole like, oh, don't tune in over Raw. That McFoley's going to be the champion. That lazy, no good kind of guy, and that was like the biggest switch ever, where they turned off WCW over to Raw, and that's when Raw started winning the ratings battle.
Yeah.
And then on the same night with WCW was the whole finger poke of Doom.
Yeah.
It was like both were on the same day. It was just.
yeah, I mean, also like during the Attitude Era, I mean, there really wasn't a Raw you couldn't tune in for and see something. I mean, because you had the Stone Cold Vince McMahon in the hospital room skit that was there, or you had Sacco and Vince McMahon. Those were always on Raw.
Yeah.
This Is Your Life with Foley and
Yeah,
Rock.
exactly.
Oh, This Is Your Life.
Sock-
What's it going?
Rock and Sock
Yeah.
Connection. I would have to say though, I'll jump. So Kent, what's your worst then?
The very first one.
How it started.
How it started. I mean, the one is I was looking at a lot of these, right, is the one after WrestleMania 39. Isn't that the one where Vince came back in power? and his fingerprints were just kind of all over it. And
Oh, yeah.
it was not. It wasn't that good. I think.
To me, my worst, and it's honestly more of the worst, just because it just doesn't age well, is when you had DX come out and do the whole blackface.
Oh,
Huh? Did I take yours? Like that just one, it just didn't age well. Like, and not even that it aged well. It didn't. I don't think hit the note that it needed to hit during.
I mean, and then also like with that DX era we were talking before, where like you had Triple H and Shawn Michaels kind of make a mockery of wrestling, where they had a match against each other, and then Triple H is just like running against the ropes 10 times, silliness, and then doing a little splash on Shawn to get the 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
to win the match. And it's just like, and like for me, it was like probably the whole 95 era of Raw. Because that's when, here you go, Alex, Bret Hart wasn't the champion.
45 minutes 56 seconds, everybody.
And
45 minutes.
That's
50.
like when you had Diesel as a champ, and it was the worst year for Raw.
Yeah.
Until Bret came
Yeah.
back. And
He's on pat.
46 minutes, 14.
you had him come back.
20 minutes of this show are brought to you by Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
You had him come back, and then when he came back, he created Austin, helped make Austin that megastar that what he was. Pretty much was, I would say, the semen of the Attitude Era.
The injectable.
That's when you go and
life
take your your vape.
That's right. Whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The turkey baster.
Oh. Well, again, okay, and you want to bring up the turkey baster. There was a couple of those segments also on Raw with
the hand,
yeah,
the Mae Young stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
those were bad.
Those were bad.
But like
Vince versus God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
the Occupy Raw.
Yeah.
There were, you know, I think honestly, okay, over under, was there more you think misses? Like true misses where like it ruined the product?
I'm gonna be as honest as I can. The Netflix kickoff in a couple of years will rank up there with the worst Raw.
Now, why do you say that?
It didn't have the same electricity, right? It didn't Raw is War type of a thing. It's people coming out and four matches, crying and thanking for this great opportunity. And we're seeing all around the world. I'm like, you were always seeing all around the world. Well, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I agree with you on that. And like we talked about on the last show, is like for all the hype that you had on Netflix, January 6th, January 6th, Netflix, January, like it was always
6 month ramp up for it.
But then January 7th, no one talked about it. Like you talked about, Raw was on Netflix, and
I think what we're going to see now is a lot of people aren't going to watch it live anymore.
I think more people tuned in to let me tell you something, brother, afterwards.
I think so, yeah. I think we had a pretty good view on that.
Yeah, we had a great view. 250.
But yeah, I definitely think, Tom, you are right. I think it now just became less must watch live TV instead of must watch on your phone on the train ride in tomorrow.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Or what I like to do when I come in the morning, turn it on.
What you like to do in the morning, your mom is on this show right now. You keep your mouth
I don't do that in the morning.
A little wrestle match in the morning.
A little self-wrestling.
Just some self-wrestling.
Did that for
some
years.
Georgia self-wrestling. With your units are not.
Oh Lord,
I'm getting fucked.
I gotta get up.
And we're looking for a new co-host.
Let me get
if
up.
If you'd like to chime in,
I gotta get off
join
the screen.
We'll take your picks and your application here now.
Yeah, I mean, other worst Raws. I mean, it's been very stagnant.
Was the chicken on Raw or was the
Goblin Gooker? That was Undertaker's debut.
Yeah,
Survivor Series.
Survivors.
But I mean, other than that, 95 was just a horrible year in general.
I'm sorry for you for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm pissing your Cheerios in 95.
Yes.
I eat Cheerios. It's disgusting.
Who pissed in your frosted flakes?
Yeah,
Frosted Flakes.
What do you eat?
Oh, 90.
I eat breakfast.
Come on, what's your cereal of choice?
What's my cereal of choice?
Yeah,
Depends.
you just pissed on Honey Nut Cheerios. You pissed on Frosted Flakes. What is it? Lucky Charms?
No,
5?
no. Cocoa Puffs.
Fruity Pebbles
What?
is pretty
Cocoa
good.
Puffs.
Fruity Pebbles doesn't cut the roof of your mouth, so it's always pretty
No.
good. But you got to eat it quick, otherwise they get soggy. and
Well,
it's not
and the good soggy cereal is Frosted Mini Wheats. I like that soggy.
Oh yeah,
What,
you got to eat
90?
that soggy.
Do you not like that soggy?
No, but I'm just Frosted Mini Wheats is like the top bottom, like
No.
Get the frosted mini ones.
Oh yeah,
Get
the
little-
mini, the little ones.
Yeah, those are
perfect.
perfect. Yeah,
Mini Wheats. I didn't.
I
say
just
whole
had
bit
some of
Wheats.
those after dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I ate it like a like dessert.
I mean, I remember days where I stayed at my dad's house and like that was like almost like my dinner watching
Yeah.
Raw. Just bowl of
See, I
Frosted
was
Mini.
always Frosted Flakes, maybe some cut strawberries or cut bananas in there.
Oh,
That was-
bananas.
No, you don't put bananas in that stuff. Grape.
We are
nuts.
definitely not looking for a new host with the banana comment.
grape nuts.
Oh, my banana comment ruins it, but
yes.
your banana comment's okay.
Grape nuts was like
I don't
eating
like a
gravel.
banana comment.
Anyway, let's jump back in here. All
Saturday
right,
night
moving
main
right
event.
along.
Right.
Let's get into Saturday
Saturday
night's
So-
main event.
It's we were talking about before, like you guys were like, oh, I missed it last
Yep.
night or whatever. Saturday night's main event's always been kind of like the filler show on NBC, especially when Saturday Night
Saturday
Live
Night's
is
not on,
usually
yeah.
not on live or whatever.
But that's not how they pitched it. Like when they
Huh.
talked about it, they
Yes.
were like, "We're bringing it back. We're bringing back
what I
Saturday
thought.
night
Yeah.
main event." Like I took that as
Bing,
like,
bing, bing.
Because I think when they do it, like in 2006 or whatever, they did a similar concept of it was like 4 shows, and that was it. 4 Saturdays, but it was like once a month or once every other month
Yeah.
kind of thing. I mean, I loved how they did the last one. It was very kind of good homage to the original,
Mhm.
bringing back Jesse
Yeah.
Ventura. Hulk
Chris
Hogan's supposed to
Legend,
be
yeah.
at this one.
Well, hopefully it's not out west.
It's going to be in Texas, San Antonio.
Oh, so he might get a little
he'll
better.
get a couple of years.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about because of what happened at the Netflix Raw that they may turn him heel and bring out Hollywood Hogan since he's getting booed anyway.
I just say make him do a vignette and
That's it. Yeah.
have him on one of his
I would love to
videos.
see him and Ventura together.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Nothing like a bunch of saddlebags there. That's-
And I'd almost love to see Ventura just like make Hogan speechless.
well, and you might as well then get Ric Flair out there if you're going to get the
There's
whole.
rumors he may be in the
if
Royal
you-
Rumble.
If you're getting all the old geriatrics guys who have trouble walking, you might as well get him in there too.
In that case, put Triple H in there then too.
Oh, well,
With that 3-piece, 4-piece suit.
So right now the big advertisement is the contract signing with KO and Cody Rhodes
With the
for
addendum.
the
Have
ladder
they
match.
said what the addendum is on that?
They didn't say. Neither one would. That was the whole thing on SmackDown. They both did not want to sign it without the other one. So now they're going to do the big contract signing with HBK in the middle of the ring because it's in his hometown, and they need that enforcer.
So they'll be there.
Who knows
That's-
ladder matches?
Yeah,
blah blah
that's
blah.
a 20-minute. That's a 20-minute segment right
Yeah.
there. Like,
25. Should
three
we have over
commercials.
under?
3 commercials.
Yeah, 2K.
I do like KO's new shirt.
Which one?
It says the Canadian Dream,
Yep.
son of a computer technician.
Yep.
Do you want to get one of those for your kids?
No.
No.
That was a
But
good
I
shirt.
do know a person when I come up with an amazing catchphrase like that
Yeah.
I think it, he can ink it.
Oh,
I
who is
do-
that?
I don't know. Name starts with a T. Terry
Fuck off.
Tom.
That's right. Terry's Productions.
I'll see myself out.
If you ink it, he'll think it. Wait a minute. No,
Oh,
we don't.
like, you guys all.
Tom's Productions.
You know what? You're all getting charged now.
That's right. Tom's
Double.
Productions. Right out here. We're live in Tom's Production Studios. It's
Yeah, that's
great.
a nice lighting, cameras.
Yeah, not too
It's-
much
it's
glare
a-
off of your
the best-
forehead
the best
tonight.
there is, the
Yeah,
best there
a little
was.
red, the
Yeah.
whiskey always helps with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it
Bring some color to you.
it is one of the, I will say, and I've always told you that you've always done great work, but like I will say this, that it is a wrestling show that I will bring this up. I did purchase for Christmas. I was given a shirt from WWE shop, and I was highly disappointed in it.
Oh, the sweatshirt?
Yeah, the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the quality, and I mean, if you want good quality and everything like that, Tom's Productions is your spot to
Look at
go.
that. Now he's
Okay.
being nice.
Getting it. He's
He wants
trying to
more-
get his chair back.
He wants
My
he
chair
wants the chair back. He wants more shirts. I see how it is.
Come on, I don't want any more shirts.
Use me and abuse me just like every other single woman on
That's
Tinder.
right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mama
Oh,
Jeff-
don't let the cat out.
Mama
there you
Jeff-
go. I got that
Mama
out of the
Jeff
way.
Left the
That's right.
podcast.
Womp, womp, womp.
Hey, and there comes Cat Lady.
Meow.
Then the match right now that the only advertised match I believe what they've said right now is Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Or like
For the main event, yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen.
I mean, honestly, just give those two guys the whole stadium and let them have the whole show. Do the contract signing in the beginning and then just say fuck it.
I mean, Jacob is ready for the next step, and it's been very quick.
Yeah.
He's got the charisma, he's got the talent, got the aura. Like
He's a beast. I mean, I've said it before. Like him and Braun Breaker to me, like when they're on TV, I watch.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, even Jimmy just did it recently in the match with Kel Hayes. Hayes is like when he threw him up there and did the Samoan drop, like that is Jacob Fatu to a T. Like there are times where he just throws you up there, catches you, and drops you. And so he is a superstar that I'm happy that's on the roster and he's happy to watch. But yeah, they need more on that show.
not the Four Horsemen.
Well, I do like Four Horsemen.
All right, so now we're going to go into the Royal Rumble. So with the contract signed with Cody and Kevin Owens for their match at the Royal Rumble,
Right down there in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, so what 3.5, 4 hour drive from here.
Nice little jaunt.
This is now KO's third Royal Rumble in a row, main eventing. Has not won any of them. He's coming in with the Winged Eagle belt, the good title. I think what's going to happen is either like more likely, Cody still wins, probably with the assistance of possibly Randy. Returning. He'll at least be in a 30-man, but he may pop in there and set up a title match with Cody at Elimination Chamber. And then I could see them also unifying the Winged Eagle with the current WWE title.
And if they do that, I would love for them to, because they've had the Winged Eagle now on TV for so long, I feel like Cody's going to win it, and this is going to force the hand to redesign the championship belt. Now make more toys, more of that, but to kind of have a Winged Eagle-esque, almost like the U.S. championship belt, how it has the bald eagle kind of coming at you. Something redesigned like that, which I think would be really cool. But to kind of have it in that same form factor that everyone's now used
And
to.
I'm fine with the side plates having where their logo is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the front should be better.
Yeah, I think because you have the whole Winged Eagle now being on TV, I think if you take it completely away, you're going to confuse some of the non-diehard fans, which are the younger kids normally. And I think that's your time to strike with kind of unifying the belts, making a new title, having a new toy for Christmas, or on the WWE shop at 30% off that same day. So,
New moneymaker.
new moneymaker, exactly.
New money.
More likely, John Cena, right now is the favorite to win. To face Cody at WrestleMania. No, this is like Netflix, Kent. We don't have a time limit.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm up past my bedtime already, I'm an old guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can see John Cena winning it. I feel like that's going to be the safest option. And that allows you to kind of just set up a John Cena match at Elimination Chamber of just a match, not being in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a couple feuds that are going to come out of there. You're going to have something with the bloodline coming out of the Rumble. You're going to have Pepsi Boy and Seth and Drew coming out of the Rumble because they've all announced on the same night. So,
and you're going to have some TNA
Yeah, but-
guys in there.
yeah.
And
I don't think Cena's winning the championship till maybe November.
well, and that's what I'm saying.
I think we're going to have some other Cena.
And then he can have it when he walks out.
I don't know, because I think they're going to want to have it during the Europe tour or something.
I think good matches. I think there'll be a good story for it, but I don't
Is
think
that a title he hasn't won?
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
So I mean, I could see him at the European. I know it's not as, but again, him having that title, I think him having gold during the European tour is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be the championship though.
I think he's going to win the championship and then also possibly be a Money in the Bank and cash in for the Intercontinental.
I could see him winning the Intercontinental title, and I think when they're in Scotland area, I think he loses it to Sheamus, and then Sheamus finally gets
Yeah,
that.
they
Title
both
he's
get it.
lifting as well, because again, that's kind of what I think Triple H is going for. Is he wants to pay the, he wants to take care of the guys that have been there for a while. But I don't see John.
I don't know about that.
Well, you're gonna give it to Sheamus because why do you still have him around? I mean, he's
Triple
not-
H's workout buddy.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the last title that he needs in his repertoire.
Well,
Oh,
that's a shame.
yes.
You big words that I know.
All right. Look, the Royal Rumble comes up. We'll be on
The day after.
the day after the Royal Rumble. We'll break it all down. We'll
My
have
birthday.
some fun.
Oh, it's your birthday?
February
Is it?
2nd.
It's going to be your
You
birthday.
get the groundhog dome.
Toot,
I
toot.
do.
Deuce, deuce.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Listen, for all of us here at 216 Creator Studios and Tom's Productions. Again, remember, if you have anything you want your name on, Tom will put it there.
You think it, I'll ink it.
You think it, he'll ink it. Of course, hang in there because tomorrow, Big Raw tomorrow
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Okay.
Is it?
You tell me.
All right, for all of us here at 216 Creator
Tuesday
Studios,
morning.
live from Tom's Production Studios. This has been
There
another
goes our
great
viewers.
episode.
There goes our viewers.
Let me tell you something, brother.